Hello, my friends. My name is Joe Theodore, astrologer and teacher, and welcome to this video on Virgo risings. If you are a Virgo rising or know any Virgo risings, this video is for you. And please leave your thoughts and experiences in the comments down below. I really enjoy the fact that these educational videos can be seen by so many people at any time in history. And I love when people share their experiences because it allows other people to learn for themselves and to read for themselves other perspectives on what other people are going through in their life, what their experience is. And of course, if you know any Virgo rising, spill the tea and let us all know. Yeah, because my words will only go so far. These rising sign videos, this series, the videos are really only 9 to 12 minutes, as you might already see if you viewed any other ones. So yeah, all those thoughts of yours are much appreciated. And if you enjoy this video as well and you're new, please consider subscribing to the channel. And whoever you are, like this video. If you don't mind, that would really help the algorithm share my work here. Us smaller YouTubers and astrologers really could use some boosting here. So yeah, if you feel the need to or you feel called to do so. Now, we're going to talk today about the zodiac sign Virgo and literally what the rising sign's all about, which is the first house, okay? The ascendant degree is always in the first house. And in traditional astrology, which is what I dominantly practice as far as the whole sign house system is concerned, and I practice a little modern astrology as well, just as far as the philosophy is concerned and the spiritual nature of it. But I use whole sign houses, which makes this entire rising sign debate, or not even debate, just this whole conversation around it, like between cusps and having two zodiac signs occupy the first house, and like, how is this blend of energy really affecting me? And I don't play that game, guys. I just don't. Like, I appreciate Placidus, and I know a lot of people do, but for me, the ancients had this down. And the entire zodiac sign that occupies the first house, according to them, is everything you are. Okay? So Virgo is an earth sign, as we all know. Virgo is mutable. It is a mutable zodiac sign. There's cardinal zodiac signs, there's fixed, and there's mutable. Okay? Mutable is all about chaos. It is about adaptability. It is about quick movement. It is not being totally fixed to one viewpoint. It is constantly analyzing and understanding and wanting to learn and wanting to understand. There is no fixed perspective with a mutable sign. We're talking about being able to receive and export as much information as humanly possible. And for some of us, anyone that has mutable energy in their chart, well, first of all, we all have a Virgo place in our chart that occupies a house topic theme of life. We all have Gemini, another mutable air sign, and we all have a Pisces somewhere, which is mutable water. So we all have a little bit of all of this in our life story, right? But we're talking about the rising sign here. So Gemini risings, Pisces risings, and Virgo risings, we're talking about people who are very much known for being able to spread and share and input data very, very fast. Now, this has its pros and its cons, right? Virgo is ruled by Mercury too. So the difference between Pisces being a mutable sign versus Gemini and Virgo is that Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. So your chart ruler is whatever planet rules the first house of self, body, image, how we experience the world. The first impression we give people is our rising sign, right? So people that are ruled by Mercury are very much going to be known as people who think, people who might be even a little obsessive, people who are constantly talking or communicating in some way, maybe even just writing all the time, people who are constantly analyzing, which can be actually kind of annoying to some people. But the difference between Gemini and Virgo is that, of course, Gemini is an air sign, which is a little bit more reckless, a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more talkative, right? Where Virgo is an earth sign. So we're talking about a little bit more solid, We're talking about someone who may have a little bit more of a fixed view, actually, when they are settled on something. So we can say Virgo is very grounded. Virgo needs a lot of time to expand their consciousness because they're so data driven, right? Where Gemini can kind of have the fun of exploring philosophies and other things going on in the world or spiritualities and be open to it all, blah, blah, blah. Very childlike, where Virgo is very serious. Virgo is very mature. Virgo is the adult in the room when they're 7. So Virgo risings, when they're like 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, little children, they could walk around like they're fucking older than the parents. You know, they can be very, very like mature for a young age because they see everything and they can learn very, very quickly. So mutable energy is, of course, just all over the place, right? It is just being like OCD. It is being ADD to a degree. So, and then being ruled by Mercury, we're talking about the mind, my friends. And wherever Mercury is in your birth chart, mind you, this is also part of your story. A very big part of your story is an individual. Okay, because your chart ruler is Mercury. So where is Mercury? Somewhere else in your birth chart. This piecing of the puzzle is very important. So key words for Virgo are analytical, intelligent, reserved, right? This difference between this reserved versus like a Gemini, which is not reserved at all. Geminis are not reserved unless they have other parts of their birth chart that are very dominant that make them reserved. A Gemini rising is not reserved. They are very outgoing, you know? So, or they're very known, or they're known for them being in their head a lot, Gemini rising, same with Virgo, or they are, again, they don't have to be outgoing, but most Gemini risings love to communicate. They really do. Analytical, intelligent, reserved, critical, helpful, conscientious, particular, OCD, nervous, orderly, right? So we're talking about Virgo risings being known for a lot of those things. People might see you as someone who's very orderly. People might see you as someone who is very nervous. You might even have medical issues, okay? Because Virgo is very much associated with medicine. It's the natural ruler of the 6th house, right? And the 6th house is the house of health. So Virgo risings can, again, the body, the self, there could be issues throughout one's life that affect the body, and people know that about you, right? Chronic illness, just something known for always having pain somewhere, you know? So the difference between a Virgo moon, a Virgo sun, and a Virgo rising are very different, even though the flavors are the same, right? Because it's all Virgo energy. But if the rising sign is just your first impression to the world. That's why when you're a young child, this stuff is kind of already there, being shown to your parents, being shown to the world, being shown to your teachers in school. Because you're not really fully developed your moon yet when you're a child. You're not really fully developed your sun sign, right? And I don't care what people say in astrology, you're not truly your sun sign until you start fulfilling your destiny. We just have little glimmers of what our sun sign is, obviously, because it's our life force as we grow. But more than half of the time, like, you are your rising sign every day of your life, right? Like, I'm a Scorpio rising, and in my everyday life, people know me as a Scorpio rising. They don't see my Leo sun. You know, they only see my Leo sun, or they're aware that I'm a Leo sun when they see me on YouTube, when they see that, like, I've done various versions of social media, when they see that I'm not afraid to get up and talk in front of people and be a teacher and a leader when I need to be, right? Whenever I speak places or whatever the case may be. But I'm not innately Leo. That is just like, I needed to grow into that sun, right? My Scorpio rising is who I really am, being a quiet guy, someone who's very intuitive, someone who has always been observant, sometimes even intimidating to some people. I've met many people who've come up to me, or ex-girlfriends, or whatever the case may be, and people who have said, hey, like, you know, when I first met you, or when I first like took notice of you, that thing or that party or whatever, you know, you seemed like you didn't want to talk to anyone. You seemed a little intimidating. That's Scorpio rising, right? People saw that about me across a room. So when people see a Virgo rising across a room, they may see someone that is just like looking around, maybe cleaning up a mess, or like, you know, fixing their glasses 1,000 times. Like, you can tell who might be someone ruled by Mercury, right? Now, Gemini energy, being a mutable air sign ruled by Mercury, they're chatty Cathys at a party. They may be seen as someone who could be the life of the party, right? But a Virgo rising is not that, right? The Virgo rising is very much analytical, very intelligent, can hold a conversation very well, but also maybe even judge who they're talking to, all right? So, yeah, Virgo risings, you really love to have an orderly life, I would say. You like to work on your health potentially. People might know you for your attitude towards health and nutrition. You're probably very service to others oriented and like to help. You might not be concerned with fame, right? Or getting well known, even though at some point, maybe your other placements may make you a leader of some kind. So we can't discount roles in life as far as leadership and being outgoing and all that other stuff. But your true nature and what people see on the surface is someone who is very Virgo-like, someone who is constantly in their head thinking, analyzing, right? Learning and being helpful, I would say. All right, my friends. Well, that's a quick breakdown for Virgo rising in my world. Again, remember the first house as well, very much all about the self, our image, what people see for the first time, right? Where we meet the world and the world meets us, as I like to say. All right. Well, I hope you're all doing well. Please, once again, like, comment, and subscribe. I really would appreciate your support, and I'll see you in another video.